Welcome, gamers, ghouls, and goblins alike. I am your host, Kyria Thanatos, and it is time. I'm gonna get myself over here. Actually, you know what? I'm gonna need to do one more thing. Hold on. I'm gonna need to do this ever so slightly differently. 1 second. Just realized I'm gonna need to do this ever so slightly differently, but that's okay. But hello, everybody. It is time, finally. Now, I know it took a minute. It is time, finally, for the Graveyard Awards. I need to put them, like, here so that you can see everything. And there we go. And yeah, there we go. We've got our nice little background and everything here. Welcome, everybody, to the Graveyard Awards 2023. Can I have a little clap, a little cheer for the Graveyard Awards? We're here finally after so long. Let me pull this over ever so slightly. Your nominees have been cast. Your votes have been cast. Not that it matters. It's my award show. Only my vote matters. But thank you.
Clapping with my bat wings.
No. I love you too. We're gonna have no Bill Clinton moments on stage today. It'll be all right. We'll be all right. No weird Bill Clinton moments. I'm gonna get this wolf out of here.
Let's go.
I'm trying to. All right,
Mother,
sure. That's
what
as good
do
as
you
it's gonna get.
Zilk decided everything.
All right, everybody. Welcome to the 2023 Graveyard Awards, the only award show that matters. I hope you've been excited. I hope you've been prepared. All year we have waited on this award show, and all
Kyria,
year.
the idea of sexual relations with that woman.
I did. I did. I'm sorry. All year we have waited, and we have been ready and pumped and excited for this, and it's finally here. So, without further ado, I would like to have a little bit of a preamble, a little bit of words to tell you. So, 2023 is, I think, a year that we can all describe as a year of some real major highs, and some pretty deep lows. I mean, let's be honest, let's be fair. It's not a secret that 2023 was, for me personally, a really hard year. And I haven't, I've been very open and honest about that on stream, that I've had a lot of depression moments and stuff like that, and, lost some friends and just not good. There's been a lot of bad this year for me. And, it's personal stuff, but it's also stuff relating to this job, and, it's a lot of it has been bad, but it is worth stating that some of the best things I could have asked for happened to me and to this community in 2023 as well. 2023 was a rough year for me. Emily, my wife, I love you too, Joy. I love you. Mwah, kissies. But yeah, 2023 was a hard year for me, and I'm sure it was a hard year from what I know, from what people have said. It was a hard year for a lot of you as well. But we made it through, and I want tonight to kind of be a celebration of that. And I want to be excited about that. I want to feel like it is exciting that we are this far ahead, So if it wasn't for you guys, keeping me strong, keeping me honest, and being there when I needed, reminding me that I do have worth and merit and all that kind of stuff, I think I would have been a lot worse off this year, personally. So yeah, I want tonight to be a celebration of the experiences that we've had together as streamer and as a community together, as viewer, as watcher, as streamer, as a whole community together. It's not as exciting as I wanted it to be. It's not as amped up as we wanted it to be. We had some budget coming from this group. They were called the Embracer Group. They were going to give us a lot of money for this award show, but at the last minute, they fired 78% of my staff. So unfortunately, this is all we've got. Maybe next year, the award show will be even bigger, even better. We'll see what happens. But yeah. And you know, what a year this was, really. Hoping all my favorite celebrities from the MCU could show up. Yeah, sorry. We actually had Anthony Mackie. He was gonna come in. We had a 30-minute spiel from Sam Lake about his new game. No footage of it. No footage of his new game. Just he was gonna come on stage and tell us about it. You know, and then David Fincher was gonna pop out, and he's gonna be part of the Sam Lake verse. You know, again, no footage, but you know, I figured it would be really exciting for you guys, but yeah, no, nothing like that, unfortunately. But yeah, what a year it's been. You know, from the highs of God of War to the, you know, and Disco Elysium, to the awful lows of Gollum, Watch Dogs, Kong, Walking Dead. None of it was good. Well, a lot of it was good, but just not a lot of it was bad. We've laughed, we've cried, and let's be honest, mostly I have raged. But we went through it all together as a community, and that's what I want to remember. Some of the games tonight deserve the highest praise I can offer within their category. Some deserve such outright derision as to be forgotten entirely, but they're all part of the 251 games I played this year. 251! What the fuck? I gotta get outside sometime, brother. Holy! 134 of those were new games! Over half! I'm never gonna touch grass. Grass is a foreign concept to me at this point. Anyway, but yeah, this is, you know, I'm hoping this award show will be as exciting for everybody as it was for me to put together, and I gotta tell you, it's the closest it's ever been. Genuinely, I spent hours I mean, I spent months really, but last night I locked in my final picks, and I spent hours figuring out, like, what am I gonna do? So, you know, it was a difficult decision for me, all of these. But you know, I think we're gonna have some surprises. I don't think everybody is totally gonna know what happened, and it's gonna be a good time. All right, let's go ahead and without further ado, let's get started. The Graveyard Awards. I need a better song. Hold on. I said this one's good, but it's too chill. Hold on. Hold on. I need a different song. I need something better. Here we go. Oh no, this sucks. Hold on. Sure. This is fine. All right, let's go ahead and get into the Graveyard Awards 2023. First game we have up tonight is for Best Storytelling. Now, I want to clarify what this means. Okay? Best Storytelling does not mean that it had the best story. It means that it told its story in what I would consider the most interesting, the most, like, cool, unique way. You'll notice, not every game here has an amazing story, but they all told their stories in ways that fuck with the player, fuck with the audience. They subvert your expectations in ways that I didn't see coming, and I'm really good at seeing this stuff coming. You know, Silent Hill 4, The Room, you know, from 2004, it turns your safe space into, you know, a bad area. It's got the whole, like, haunting system and all that. Getting controversial pick when Kyrie is defining the award. Alan Wake 2, we just finished it. You know, it had a ton of different ways to tell the story between Saga and the plot board and the case files and all that sort of stuff. Disco Elysium is, of course, I mean, do I need to even tell you how weird it is that the way that it tells its story? You know, this dissonant amnesia cop with 24 voices in his head. Insane. Very cool. Killer Frequency. an absolutely exceptional game. You know, it's not, Killer Frequency is the one that I think of with this, that when I think like, it didn't have the best story compared to all these other games. Same with Silent Hill 4, actually. They didn't have like the best story, but they told them in such interesting ways. If you look at the gameplay of Killer Frequency, it's just sitting in a room and pressing a dialogue option every like 5 minutes or 10 minutes or whatever. But it's so gripping, and it, you know, it pulls you in so much. So really big fan of that one. And same with Decarnation. Decarnation was an insanely cool game. You know, the way that you watch your character disassociate and form these like different like versions of herself to escape this confinement and all this other kind of stuff. One of the coolest games I played this year by far. And I want to reiterate, aside from the obvious categories and Kingdom Hearts, every game that's nominated here is like, I would say every single one of these games was one of my favorite games this year. I want to be clear, just being nominated does not mean that like, and losing does not mean any of these games are bad. I want, if there's anything I can impart to you, it's that to please go play every game that is in this, except for the Rage games. Those suck. And the batshit insane ones. Well, maybe you can play the batshit insane ones, but the Rage games suck. But go play the rest of them. They're all really good. Anyway. And Kingdom Hearts. So before we reveal, I want to do something a little different here. Before we reveal our what's the word here? Hold on one second. Before we reveal our picks for the evening, before we reveal our fucking decision, that can't say words. Sorry. Before we do that, I want to pull this up. I polled the audience. I asked you guys, what did you guys think was the best storytelling? And you know, before I reveal what mine was, I think it's gonna be fun to look at what's here. So a lot of you put Disco Elysium here. 59.6% of you put Disco Elysium here. Insane. Silent Hill got 1 vote. Whoever put Silent Hill 4 the room here, love you. Love the people who are like, nah, I'm going against the grain here. I'm putting my 1 vote. Overwhelmingly, 28 votes for Disco, 12 for Alan Wake 2, 3 for Killer Frequency, 3 for Decarnation, 1 for Silent Hill Silent Hill 4. Overwhelmingly, you guys voted best storytelling, Disco Elysium, and I can totally see why. It was a great game. Absolutely loved it. I adored Disco Elysium, as you know. It was a very special game to me. Hold on, I'm just gonna do one more thing here. Silent Hill, but I think it chose Disco. That makes sense. Hold on one second. Oh, that doesn't work, does it? Okay. I was trying to see if I could like pull out the white and just have the background, but that doesn't really work. What if I do this one? That works a little better. But then you can't see anything. Whatever, fuck it. Okay, anyway. It is cool that I got everybody to vote tonight, and I got to see what everybody believed in was their game of the year. Or not game of the year, sorry, their best storytelling. But I think at this point, sorry for my futzing, we should figure out what my pick was. And chat, my pick for best storytelling for Graveyard Awards 2023, it's Killer Frequency. I'm sorry, I was enthralled by this game. I was edge of my seat, couldn't talk, couldn't think. I was amazed by this game pulling me in. I did not expect anything from this game, and I still think about it all the time. It absolutely pulled me in. I was not harsh on Killer Frequency at all. I thought Killer Frequency was great. I adored this game. The only thing I was harsh about was that I got soft locked at one point because of a bug, but that's like whatever.
What the fuck?
Doppel just
thank you.
resubscribed for 14 months. Happy New Year and Wahoo to 14 months following Imho, one of the best streamers on this platform.
Aw, thank you.
I have seen such amazing growth and development as a streamer and a person. You compelled my personal growth in every aspect of my life. Love you and will continue to be here in your corner till the end of days.
Thank you, Doppel. You're wonderful. Thank you. Thank you. I appreciate it. But yeah, storytelling, it was almost perfect. Did I? Oh, that's because I thought the ending was kind of a little trash and I got soft locked. I still think this game told its story in the most interesting and best way. I still think that this told its story like I would not think, like, if you describe the gameplay of this game to me or describe what this game is, I would have thought like, oh, the game sucks. Oh yeah, it was because I let one person die at the start. I almost had a perfect run. That's right. That's right. Because I didn't take it seriously at first. That's right. Thank you, Lynn. I was like, I don't remember being harsh on that game. I do remember not liking the ending as much, but I was like, other than my soft lock, I don't remember being harsh on that game. Anyway, she was a cop, so yeah, it didn't really count. Anyway, so this is my big upset. I think I'm gonna have a lot of big upsets tonight. But yeah, this is the winner for best storytelling. Killer Frequency was a fantastic game, and I really think you should go play it. All right. Next, we have best role playing with Disco Elysium 2019, God of War 2018, Kingdom Hearts 2002, Horizon Zero Dawn 2020, and Baldur's Gate 3 2023. Now, I didn't actually play that many role-playing games this year, but holy shit, this was a tough one. This was a legitimate toughie. Like I didn't even finish Baldur's Gate 3, and I can see how good it was. Like it was insane, you know? Like I don't know. I was a big fan of basically every game in this category. Except for Kingdom Hearts. I had to put that here because I didn't have enough RPGs. But yeah, more BG3 streams are coming, I promise. But I really liked all of these games. God of War, Horizon Zero Dawn especially were big surprises to me, big upsets to me. I did not expect to like them as much as I did, but I really did. Like Horizon Zero Dawn slightly less so, but yeah, no, I really enjoyed all of these games.
Hannah Fujisaki says hi.
Hello, Hannah. You only missed the first award. Here, I'll go back for you, Hannah. Best storytelling. There you go, Hannah. You missed the first award. It was Killer Frequency. There you go. So yeah, best role playing. These games. I mean, I could say a lot about any of these games except for Kingdom Hearts. I mean, I could say a lot about Kingdom Hearts. I don't think Kingdom Hearts is a bad RPG. I think there are other parts of it that are bad. But what won the audience vote? Audience vote on that was Disco Elysium. And I feel like it's no shocker here. Audience vote here was also Disco Elysium. Which, you know what? Fair enough. Fair enough. I can totally understand. I'm surprised Baldur's Gate 3 didn't win with only 15. Disco Elysium at 25. That's surprising to me. But Baldur's Gate 3 is at 15. Disco's at 25. One person voted for Horizon Zero Dawn. I'm gonna assume it was Perry. I know she loves that game. So 3 people voted for Kingdom Hearts because they have bad taste, and 3 people voted for God of War because they have bad taste. So, audience, you have given your feelings on here. Disco beats Baldur on story and Baldur's beats Disco on roleplay. Yeah, I can see that. Audience, you have given your feelings here. I could go on about every single game here, but I mean, I kind of already went on about Disco Elysium, God of War, you know, Horizon Zero Dawn, Baldur's Gate 3. They're all good. What do you want me to say? They're all very good games. They're all extremely good games. Thought you were contrarian enough for God of War? Well, am I? Am I? Your winner for best role-playing is God of War 2018. Listen. If you had told me ever in my entire life that you would take the character of Kratos, Kratos, who I did play all 3 of his games growing up, but I wasn't ever particularly attached to him. If you were to tell me you were to take the story of Kratos and make this heart-wrenching, gut-wrenching tale, we do not need to have a discussion about what an RPG is. I'm not doing that right now. It's my award show. Go make your own. It's in the category. Fuck you. Yeah, I care about that Greek bastard. How? They made a story that made me, like, not only do I care about Kratos, I really care about Atreus. I really, really deeply care about Atreus. Like, I can't believe that I care about the stupid boy that's tacked on to the God of War game, but I do. I love him. I want to see him grow up and succeed. Good thing no award show does that. True. I know that God of War is not technically an RPG. I know it's not like what most people would consider an RPG. I would consider an RPG because I was Kratos here. Like, I was in the role of Kratos. Like, I was no longer Kyria. I was Kratos. I cared about the things Kratos cared about. I felt his rage. I felt his sadness. I felt, everything that he felt. Like, more than any game, I was sucked in and I was that character, And it was amazing. I think about God of War so often. I cannot believe how much I care about Kratos and how much I care about Atreus. And I am desperate to get to God of War Ragnarok. I am absolutely desperate to get to God of War Ragnarok. So, best role playing, gonna go to God of War. So yeah, why haven't you started it yet then? Many reasons that are very dumb, and it doesn't matter. It's all dumb. All right, here's a category that a lot of people loved from last year. Best 7 out of 10 out of 10 out of 10. What does this mean if you're new here and this is your first time watching an award show? As we all know, I like 7 out of 10s better than 10 out of 10s. I do. I'm sorry. I do. I think a 7, oh God, my voice. I think a 7 out of 10 that does something interesting and cool and fun and doesn't totally have the budget for it and doesn't totally have the wherewithal to how to do it, but tries their hardest. Those games own my heart. I'm sorry, those games own my heart. And I think every single one of these was considered a pretty mediocre game. The Isletide Hotel is an FMV game that, made me feel like it was in a David Lynch game, like your David Lynch video game, and that was fucking cool as hell. Bulletstorm, specifically Duke Nukem's Bulletstorm Tour redeemed Bulletstorm. Like, that game would have sucked so much ass, but it was so fun just because it was Duke Nukem. BioShock 2, listen, I said it when we played it, I'll say it again. I secretly think, not even secretly, I think BioShock 2 might be the best BioShock that exists. I'm sorry, I just do. It's the best one, and you can't argue with me about this. It's my award show. It's an incredible game. It is so fun. It is so cool. You feel like you're like all the Big Daddy stuff. You actually do feel like you're a Big Daddy, as opposed to the end of BioShock 1. Well, that's on you, Hannah. That's your problem. I can remember everything. No, people hate BioShock 2. People think it's the worst one. People think BioShock 2 is the worst one. It's gotten better in the recent days, but people generally think BioShock 2 is the worst one by a lot. Dead Aim. Okay, listen. I put Dead Aim on here because, like, no, people love Infinite. You're just wrong on this. People love Infinite, like, a lot. Anyway, I put Dead Aim on here because, like, I played Dead Aim because haha funny TG virus. Like, that is the entire reason I played Dead Aim. I was just like, haha funny TG virus. Like, that's funny, right? But I came away from Dead Aim being like, wow, this is like a competent game. Like, this is like immensely playable, like modern day, you know? Like, this is a game that I could sit down and like just play for fun, and it doesn't feel like it controls like ass. It doesn't feel like, you know, it doesn't feel like a you know, like an old like weird fucking light gun game, but it's just really good. And then I know I've only streamed Lords of the Fallen 2023 once, so I obviously don't have as much experience with this one, but I can already tell it's the exact, and also from reviews, it's the exact type of jank that I really, really like. I haven't gotten so far into it that I could totally like say like confidently how I feel about it, but I can tell already it's the type of jank I really like. And that like mechanic where you like swap between an other world and you have like your light, your like lantern that like lets you see it, that shit's cool. That shit's cool as hell. So these are your nominees for best 7 out of 10 out of 10 out of 10. What did chat think? What did the audience think? We polled the audience, and looks like overwhelmingly Duke Nukem was the winner here from the audience. And you know what? I have to say, I totally get why. Duke Nukem was one of the best streams I did this year. Absolutely one of the coolest and best streams this year. I loved this game. So it makes total sense to me. Why do I thought the consensus was 2, 1 infinite? No, the consensus is 1 infinite 2. Like, everybody thinks 1 is the best one, infinite is like the second best one or the best one depending on who you're talking to, and 2 is like eh. Yeah, poor Dead Aim, right? Dead Aim got 3 votes. Whoever voted for Dead Aim, I love you. But yeah, I mean, I'm not surprised to see that Duke Nukem won here with the community. It was a great stream. It was a great time. It even made me kind of appreciate the like, it made me appreciate like Bulletstorm as a game, you know? I was like, oh, this game's kind of doing cool shit, but I would have never known because the story and the characters are so bad. But Duke Nukem makes it funny enough that like I engage with it. Now I'm like, oh yeah, that like whip mechanic and like the combo mechanic and stuff, that shit was actually really cool and really fun. Turns out there's a good game hidden in this bland military shooter. Diba is here, let's go. But yeah, so for me personally at my award show, my 7 out of 10 here, I feel like you already know. It's BioShock 2. It's just the best one. It's just the best one. I'm sorry, it's just the best one. It's the best BioShock. Duke robbed. I want you to know this might have been the hardest category for me. This might have been the unironic hardest category for me. I switched it 3 times while I was picking my other votes. I kept going back to it and switching it between Duke Nukem's Bulletstorm and Dead Aim. I kept switching it between those 3. This was like one of the hardest categories for me. I could not decide how I felt. But at the end of the day, the game that I have thought about the most, the game that I really left the biggest impression on me was BioShock 2. Especially, I will say, it would have been Bulletstorm, but here's my problem with Bulletstorm. You have to buy Duke Nukem. Like, you have to buy the DLC. It's not included or whatever, you know? I think it might be included on the PC version, but like, it's a DLC, you know what I mean? Like, it's not actually the based game. Or base game, rather, not based game. It's not actually in the base game. It's a DLC, which makes it harder for me to actually justify. And Dead Aim, you kind of have to already like Resident Evil to enjoy Dead Aim. That's the problem. You kind of already have to enjoy Resident Evil, which I do. But the thing that I like part of the reason BioShock 2 cinches it out for me here is how much people don't like this game. Like, to me, this is like my go-to example of a 7 out of 10 that's secretly a 10 out of 10. Everybody talks about this game like it's bad, but it's actually really good. It's actually insanely good. So that is my reasoning. Yeah, Zilk's meant to still be out. He's my co-host. He's my co-host for this. Everybody, hold on. Hold on.
Hi everybody. Love to be here at the Graveyard Awards.
Yeah, see, he's my co-host for tonight.
You're goddamn right I am.
All right, next category. Oh.
Hi chat. I was promised some cinnamon soap for this.
Okay. Yeah, the trophies are little Zilks. Wow. Oh, man. Listen, I don't like to be somebody who gets mad at things. I do often, but I don't like to be somebody who, like, I don't want to like host an award show where I'm like, oh, the stinkiest, the baddest, whatever. Like, I don't actually want to do that. It's okay to have a few things like that, but you know, I don't actually like being a little hater despite my reputation. It precedes me, but I wish it didn't because I don't actually like being a little hater.
Alright, gotta find Gordy Kramer.
So it's worth noting that every single time I go into one of these games, even when I am like excited for the like, or even when I know the game is gonna be bad, like even when I know the game is gonna be bad, I still like try to engage with it honestly and take it fairly. And I'm hoping that, like, as a viewer, I'm hoping that's one of my most endearing qualities to you. And I'm serious here, like I'm being genuine. I hope the fact that I try to even take bad games at face value and like take them seriously and not like treat them like, you know, like, oh, it's just bad, haha, and like Mystery Science 3000 over it or whatever. I hope it's an endearing quality. But it does mean that when I try really hard to meet the game at its level and it just fails me repeatedly, boy, do I get mad. Call of Cthulhu is a fucking unfinished game. Hi, Aaron. Hi. How come Stray Souls didn't make it on here? We didn't play it enough? You'll see. Call of Cthulhu is just an unfinished game. I see what it's going for. I like it. But it's too long, it's unfinished, it's bad, it just randomly switches to being a first-person shooter. Oh, it's bad. It's bad. It's bad, and it pissed me off so bad. Not for broadcast is what if South Park? What if we made South Park for gamers who think politics are funny and nuking entire countries is funny? Haha, smile. I hated so much about this game. I hated its wishy-washy politics. I hated its messaging. I hated so much about Not for Broadcast. And it had such a promising start. Not for Broadcast had such a promising start, but you know, it didn't. And then, hey, you ever watch Breaking Bad or Fight Club or any of that and go like, I think the bad guy is actually the good guy here. Well, boy, do I have a game from 2014 for you. It's called Watch Dogs. You're going to love it. You're going to love when he Watch Dogs all over those guys and goes, well, I mean, Pierce, ooh, actually, revenge feels fucking epic. I hope you fucking get hit by a car, Aiden. It's just not even a fun game. It makes me so mad. The privacy invasions. And then Heavy Rain. What do I need to say about Heavy Rain other than the fact that it has an attempted rape scene? Like, sorry to say that, sorry to bring that in, but it just does. It just does. So, cool. Thanks, Heavy Rain. And then Dead Island 2. Listen. Dead Island 2 is probably the least anger-inducing game here, but holy shit, wow, it's bad. Wow,
David
it's
Cage
bad.
is a rabid dog and should be beaten to death with a stick.
Yeah, true. It's just bad. Dead Island 2 is bad. Its story is bad. It just ends out of nowhere in the middle of the story. It sucked. Everything about it sucked. I hated playing this. Iris and Balgo were the only thing that saved this. Yeah, and the sad part is Dead Island 2 is still the best Dead Island game. The only reason I had any fun in this was that Iris and Balgo were there. If I had to play this alone, I think I would have clawed my own fucking eyes out. Anyway. All of these games deserve my hatred. Every single one of these games deserve my hatred. Every single one of these games deserves my hatred. And, you know, all of these games deserve your hatred too. And what did you feel about it, chat? Well, you couldn't fucking stand Heavy Rain. And you know what? You were right to feel that way. 23% of the vote, 48.9%, could not stand Heavy Rain, and you were right to feel that way. Oh, man. Oh, man. Oh, man. I hated Dead Island 2. I'm sorry, Belle. I hated that game. There's like 2 people who voted for not for broadcast and 3 people who voted for Dark Corners of the Earth. I see you. I recognize you. I think it's funny that it had such a small minority, but you know. So wait, I voted. Wait, is it just Lynn and Jessica? Is that it? That's funny. Well, I totally understand why you'd vote Heavy Rain. It was disgusting. It was immoral. It was a terrible game. It was awful. Heavy Rain, and the fact that people loved Heavy Rain when it came out is one of the most, like, people talk about the industry and like all the like stuff about it, you know. People talk about like the industry and like how it's gone downhill and this and that about the industry. The most damning thing I can say about the journalism, the journalism industry and the news and the games, like games industry and the news industry, is that Heavy Rain is a beloved game, like, among them. So with all that being said, my choice for most rage-inducing game, you guys are gonna be mad at me. It's not for broadcast. It started so good. It started so good. This is why it makes me the angriest. It started so good. It had such an interesting premise. The gameplay was so, like, I had never seen anything like it. It was something that I wanted to love so badly, and it makes me hate it more. It makes me hate it more. It makes me so much angrier. Because Heavy Rain, I knew it was gonna be bad. I still tried to engage with it as if it wasn't, but I knew it was gonna be bad. But Not for Broadcast lulled me in and was like, oh, I'm such a cool and interesting game, and I have such a cool premise. Don't you want to play me? And I was like, yeah, I do. And then just in the middle of it, after a Furby invasion, after a COVID dream Furby invasion, hey, haha, we nuked France. I was, oh. Imagine, for those of you who haven't seen it, I'm spoiling a little, but please go watch the VOD. For those of you who haven't seen it, imagine if like a funny game about like censoring people saying fuck or whatever on like TV and stuff like that. Imagine that game, that silly funny game, right? Imagine that silly funny game has this like funny COVID dream where it's like your character gets like COVID or whatever, and they have this funny dream where these like Furbies take over the world, and it's just silly, and the tone is silly, and it's all haha hee hee funny and stuff like that. And then you load up into a level, and it's this dark level that's like scary and really serious, and the prime minister who you ended up helping vote on, and you don't really have a choice, the prime minister of the UK who you helped get into office like through your like, you know, selective like framing and stuff, comes in and goes, hey, we nuked France, and we'll nuke anybody else who pisses us off. And then after that, it just goes back to hee hee funny talk show. Like, What? What? It has a South Park level understanding of politics. It is disgusting. It is awful. I kept playing it because I kept hoping it would get good again, and it didn't. It made me so upset. Just thinking about it got my gumption up. I can't. Ooh, the only good thing in that game is Crazy Neil. The only good thing in that game is Crazy Neil, and that's it. And even then, don't they imply Crazy Neil's like a sex predator at the end? Because you just can't have anything? Ah! I hate that game. I hate that game. I hate that game. I hate that game. I fucking hate you, Not for Broadcast, so much. Oh. Not finishing it does not mean it was the one that made me the most angry. Situationally, I got the most angry in Call of Cthulhu that I quit it because I restarted a level and I didn't feel like doing it anymore. But Not for Broadcast made me the most angry. And for that, it gets my vote. I feel bad, sort of. I feel ever so slightly bad because I keep voting things that like have like the smallest votes here. Like I keep voting the minority votes, and it's funny because I'm not doing it on purpose. I actually haven't looked at the results of the community vote until this moment, for the record. I haven't looked at the community vote results until this moment. The only thing I've done is scroll down to the very bottom and look at the like, what was your favorite stream? Because I wanted to be happy. I have not actually seen it. I'm not trying to be a contrarian. I just naturally am, I guess. I'm Not for Broadcast while watching it about 30 minutes and I added to my Steam wish list and then removed it again 2 hours later. Yeah, accidental contrarian. Anyway. Okay, most batshit insane game. So, this category I want to specify. This category doesn't mean that the game is bad. Because, like,
this is kind of a hostile work environment.
Fuck off. One of my things did not update. Hold on. One of my things didn't update for some reason. That's the wrong image, even though I changed it for Gun Survivor. That's not the right game, or that's not the right thing. Hold on. Hold on. Let me get the right thing for this. It's right on the other slide. So let me just hold on. I don't know why it did this. Hold on. Just 1 second. Sorry. Oh, I know why it did this, because I changed it on the nominees thing, but I didn't change it on the other one. Hold on. I am very sorry the VOD for Indigo was lost. I am not happy about it either. Okay, here we go. Sorry. Okay, we're back. Sorry. So this is Gun Survivor. If you remember, this is the we all remember Stray Souls. And how bad it was. But Gun Survivor, just to be clear, was the one the PS1 light gun game where at the end he goes, "My best friend Leon S. Kennedy." It was very silly. Anyway, Stray Souls is batshit insane, but you know, we all know that. I don't need to tell you about Stray Souls. We all know how bad Stray Souls were. Gun Survivor was equally very silly with like, "My best friend Leon S. Kennedy and I'm Ark." I love a game where a guy with amnesia picks up a name tag on the ground off of a dead body and goes, "Oh, this must be me. I must be this guy." It's like, Gun Survivor's so funny to me. Guy picks up a name tag off a dead body who has amnesia. Picks up a name tag off a dead body, sees a name and goes, oh, that must be me, and not the guy he just picked it off of. And then keeps finding all this stuff about, like, oh, how this guy that is apparently you, like, killed and murdered and all this other stuff. And he's like, wow, can't believe how bad of a guy I am. It's like, it's insanely funny. It's very insane. But, oh yeah, that's true. Beyond Two Souls. Now listen, I put Beyond Two Souls on here for a specific reason. I put Beyond Two Souls on here for a specific reason because the game itself isn't, well, the game itself is pretty insane. It's got Willem Dafoe, it's got Elliot Page, like it's got a pretty star-studded cast, even for a David Cage game, and it's pretty insane. But I think the most interesting thing that happened with this game, oh my god, my throat, hold on. I think I took a silly game and I made it like fun. I made this into a batshit insane game, and it was good and it was fun. We had a good time with Beyond Two Souls, even though we shouldn't have. I do remember that. Indigo Prophecy. You do Mayan voodoo magic and run on a wall from a guy who's like your stand version, and then you have a baby in like the apocalypse in a hobo train. It's what starts out as a guy killing a guy in a bathroom ends with a Mayan apocalypse and a nuclear baby. So yeah, and a nuclear baby birthed from a zombie dad. So there's zombie sex on a train, and then of course Gollum. Gollum itself is not that batshit. But, and that's where my story ends. Gollum itself is not that batshit. What is insane about Gollum is its development. It's like its history. Like, the thing that sticks out to me about Gollum is not just how bad it is and how, like, you know, how amazing it is that bad. It's that it's one of the like highest grossing IPs in the world from a studio that was previously like pretty good, and it was funded entirely by the German government. It's insane that it exists at all. Everything about it is insane. So again, I think we have some serious contenders here. I think we have some games that absolutely blew their load instantly in terms of batshit insane. And you know, yes, the German government is the one who funded not Beyond Two Souls, Lord of the Ring Gollum. Sorry, it's looking at the thing. Yeah, the Lord of the Ring, Lord of the, also, yes, I know it's the Lord of the Rings. I was doing the funny misspelling for the record. But yes, the German government funded, Gollum. Anyway, of all these games that were the most batshit insane this year, I gotta be honest with you and say that we gotta look at the community vote first. Sorry. I know, I was being silly. There you go. There are your votes. Of course, Gollum sweep. How could anything else have happened? Of course it was gonna be a Gollum sweep. What else could it have been? I mean, you guys adored this stream. That was some of the highest viewer numbers I've ever had. Of course it was going to be a Gollum sweep. There's nothing else it could have been. I do like that 3 people... Who are the 3 people that voted for Gun Survivor? Are you here? Are you here, 3 people from Gun Survivor? Because it was... whoever voted for Gun Survivor, I love you. I also think that game is insane. Thank you. I'm glad that somebody noticed it. You know, Stray Souls. I'm surprised this got so few votes. I'm gonna be honest. I'm surprised that Stray Souls only got so few votes. And Indigo Prophecy as well. I mean, I knew Gollum. I figured it was gonna be all Indigo Prophecy or all Gollum, but it's basically just all Gollum. Idiot Amnesiac solos like 5 tyrants. Yeah. Was one stream is like an hour of said stream. I guess that's fair. I don't know. But, you know, this is how you voted. I didn't even need to show you this vote. We knew it was going to be a Golem sweep. And we know what my vote is going to be. Of course, it's going to be Beyond Two Souls. That is my vote for the most batshit insane game this year. I'm sorry to all the Golem maniacs. I'm sorry to have let you down. I'm not trying to be contrarian. We made a David Cage game fun. We made a David Cage game fun, dude. We made a David Cage game fun. That is the most batshit insane. Pumpkin is unfuckable. We made a David Cage game fun. That's insane. That's insane. There is how? Like, Jody's Bizarre Adventure was one of the most fun things I've done this year. I'm serious. I wish I had the creative gumption to do Jody's Bizarre Adventure again. If you haven't watched the Beyond Two Souls VODs, I am begging you to go watch them. I made it. We came up with a stand. We gave it a chart. We gave it powers. We gave it a bunch of like powers. Like remember My Love Is Winter? Those are some of my favorite VODs I have ever done. I am begging you to go watch the Beyond Two Souls VODs. It's only 2 VODs. They're kind of long, but it's only 2 VODs. Is it not lost media? No, they're up. I'm begging you to go watch them. They are fantastic streams. I really thought I'd see more pushback on this because it wasn't Gollum, but like this was one of my David Cage. No, that's fine. That's fair. This is one of my favorite things. I'll be honest though. I've legit never heard of Indigo Prophecy. It was David Cage's first game. I will say, Indigo Prophecy might have cinched this if it wasn't for the fact that it was lost media. Okay, it wasn't. It was his second game. Omicron was his first game. I know that, but it's the first game that popped off. Fuck you. I know it wasn't his first game, but it was his first game that actually made waves. Omicron had David Bowie in it, and people did not give a shit about. Didn't give a shit about it still. But yeah, I think the most batshit insane game was Beyond Two Souls. I just, what else could it have been? You know, like the fact that any of you even remember the main character's name in Beyond Two Souls is a fucking testament to how good of a streamer I am. Like, I'm sorry, but it is. It is. None of you should remember the name Jody from Beyond Two Souls, but you do because we made it that good. Absolutely great streams. The main character's name in Gollum. Yeah, surprise, surprise. All right. Best co-op stream experience. We've got Dead Island 2011 here with I should have put the names under here. This had Marcy and Balgo. We had Armored Core 6 with Hex Fires of Rubicon. We had Blanc with Lynn. We had Far Cry 5 with Balgo, and we had Remnant 2 with Lynn. I didn't do a lot of co-op this year. I want to fix that next year. Blanc is a very cute game. We played it for Lynn's birthday, I believe. It was good. It was fun. I didn't do a lot of co-op this year, and that's something I wanna fix next year. I want to try to get a Grave Place type thing going again. Something, I don't know. I have some plans for next year. But yeah, I really enjoyed a lot of the things that I like. The fact that I didn't do so many. I had a cameo in Remnant. I still voted for Far Cry 5. You did have a few cameos in Remnant. This is true. You know, I had a lot of fun this year with a lot of different co-op streams, and the ones that I had are really special. I think about my time with Hex and playing Armored Core because she liked it so much. You know, and I like it too. Dead Island was only funny because of Marcy and Balgo. That game was a disaster. My only sad part about Dead Island is that Ivers is supposed to be there and got sick and wasn't able to attend. And God, could you imagine if it had been all 4 of us? Fuck, that would have been amazing. Blanc was so cute. I did not expect to like Blanc as much as I did. It was really cute. And it's a nice little memory I have with Lynn that, like, you know, it's I think it's like one of the core memories of like our friendship. Like, I was already friends with Lynn, obviously, but when I think about Blanc, it's like, that was a moment where I was like, yeah, we're close. Like, you know, we're close. It was a really nice moment. It was really special to me. Same with Remnant 2, actually. I really enjoyed going through that with Lynn. And we got to finish it. We got to do the DLC, and then we'll be powered up enough to beat that fucking dragon. And, I mean, what can I say about Far Cry 5 that hasn't already been said? I was laughing so hard in Far Cry 5 that I felt my vision blackening like 3 times. Like, Far Cry 5 was incredible. And, you know, it's no shocker then that when we look at the community vote, yeah, no, it was Far Cry 5 all the way. I say that it was actually more split than I expected between Dead Island, Blanc, and Far Cry 5. I don't know why it's doing this when I like do this. I don't know. Anyway, it was actually more split than I expected. I did not expect these be split as much as they are. I'm really glad a lot of people liked Blanc. I know it was a really very, very personal like memory with me and Lynn, but I didn't know how much other people were gonna like it. So I'm really glad that people ended up really liking Blanc. It was fun. And yeah, you know, no surprises here. Whoever voted for Rubicon, I'm gonna assume one of those is Lynn, because I know Lynn wouldn't vote for herself. You know, very funny. Yeah, I don't know. I had a really good time with these. I want to do more co-op next year with 2024. Again, I want to try to, basically what I'm going to do is that every Wednesday, or not every Wednesday, every Sunday at the start of the week when I'm making my schedule, I'm just going to like message my friends and be like, hey, you want to do something this week on stream? And like, if I get somebody, cool. If I don't, cool. But I'm just going to message like everybody and be like, hey, want to do something? I want to do more co-op. But the fact we did so little co-op this year meant that the co-op experiences that we did had were really special. So yeah, you know, I had a really good time with all of these, and I loved these. And I want to say this is not the like which of these is the best co-op game, because one of them isn't even a co-op game like Armored Core. This is just what was the best like stream experience, what was the best like, you know, the most fun stream we could have had. You know, hopefully that's clear. We're not rating the games here, we're rating the streams, the experiences that we had with them. And I think it's gonna come as no shock to you that, yeah, Far Cry 5 is by and large the winner here. This isn't a shock to anybody. I'm not contrarian enough to say that, you know, it was something else. Blanc was very close, I will give it that. But like, you know, come on. How could you give it to anything but Far Cry 5? How could you give it to anything but Far Cry 5? This is one of the funniest set of streams I've ever done in my entire... Yeah, I wish Balgo was here. Balgo, come accept the award. This is one of the funniest streams I've ever had in my entire life. And I adored it. The Blanc cover inverted is really nice. I know, right? Yeah, no, I adored everything about this this experience. It was so good that I might have a surprise for you in 2024 if Ball goes up for it. I will say, we might have a surprise in 2024. So, all I'm saying is
I accept the award on Balgo's behalf. Please put it in my room.
It's an award. The trophy is shaped like you. Do you want a little trophy of you and your own? Yeah, of course you do. Anyway, I don't have clear dates. I haven't like talked to Balgo about it, but I have some ideas, and all I'll say is if he feels like it, Chuck and Jenny might ride again. That's all I'm saying. That's all I'm saying. That's all I'm saying. That's all I'm saying. Listen, you laughed so hard you nearly passed out, gave me life. What are you doing? Hi, I'm very sweaty. I love you too. You're gonna have to get out though. It's my award show. Such a pussy. Get out of here. All right. Best indie game. Getting back to games here. Yeah, wrap it up. Wrap it up. You know, this is another thing. I didn't play a lot of indie games this year, and before anybody says anything, I consider Pokemon Infinite Fusion an indie game. I know that like it's not technically because it's like a Pokemon game, but it's made entirely, it's like a collaborative art project made entirely by fans on like the Game Maker engine. This is an indie game. As far as I'm concerned, this is an indie game. And you know, where's Dave the Diver? I didn't play it. And you know, it wouldn't have put it on there anyway. Yeah, no, I played some amazing games this year. Like, Superliminal was really, like, I didn't quite connect with the message as much as other people have, but Hex told me to play it, and it was really special, and I know it's a special game to her, and I struggled here to put either this or the beginner's guide, if I'm being honest with you, because they're both games I very heavily associate with her, so they mean a lot to me. Dredge was so cool. Dredge came out of nowhere and proved that you can have like subtle, not in your face horror. You know what I mean? Because even like slow burn horror games have a moment where it all comes like in your face. You know what I mean? But like Dredge was just slow burn, subtle horror the whole time, and it never really jumps out at you. And I love that about it. And I loved Dredge a lot. Also, the gameplay of Dredge is just really addictive. You know what I mean? Like, it's just really, it's fishing game, but like at its best. It's really fun. Yeah, I know. I need to play Dredge's DLC at some point. Stay Out of the House was a game that I love Puppet Combo, so I knew I was probably gonna like Puppet Combo, but like, Stay in the House is basically an immersive sim, and I did not expect that, and I didn't expect it to be good. Like, you know, like I didn't expect an immersive sim made by an indie dev to be good, not because I think they're a bad dev or anything, but because like that's hard to do when you're one person, you know? Like, that's insane. Yes, Hannah, I don't want something to sweep the awards personally. I try to, if something is nominated in another category, I try to not keep it in other categories, because the way I think about these, for those of you who are asking about Slay the Princess and stuff like that, it's not that Slay the Princess isn't a good horror game or isn't a good indie game. It's that I'm trying to think of these as the best of their category. Like, Slay the Princess is more of a horror game than an indie game to me. Does that make sense? Like, these are the best of their category. You get what I mean? You guys get what I mean? Like, it's the, I did say the game. That's. I sure did. Our friend, Nicole Goodnight. But yeah, I liked a lot of the games here. I mean, I liked all of them. That's why they're on here. El Paso Elsewhere, I think, has some of the best style I've seen in fucking forever. Well, it makes sense, though. Clearly, one game needs to win every award. El Paso Elsewhere, you know, has some of the most immaculate and coolest style I've ever seen. And Pokemon Infinite Fusion, I think, it's probably the coolest, like, collaborative art project I've ever seen. You know what I mean? I don't think there's ever been an art project as good as Pokemon Infinite Fusion. Fuck, that's a cool game. So what did chat say for these? You know, I was actually really surprised by the dearth of votes here. You guys were really, like, lots of... What are you doing? Oh, okay. Start the pizza, by the way. Yeah, pizza in the oven. I'll do that. I'm getting hungry. Okay, Zero Pokemon Infusion was still dope as hell. Yeah, no, I was really surprised by, I was just surprised by the dearth of votes here. Stay in the House is the weakest one here with only 2 votes, but like pretty much everything else is really split, and I was shocked. The winner here is El Paso Elsewhere, but like not by literally 1 vote. Like the next one is Dredge at 15. Like, I don't understand. I have seen a lot of stuff now that the year is wrapping up. I've got to say, now that the year is wrapping up, I've seen a lot of people be like, I've seen a lot of YouTube videos and a lot of think pieces of people being like, oh, this year was really bad for games. What are you talking about? I just want to point out, the Graveyard Awards is not based on games from this year. It's based on what I played, right? So if I played a game from 1999, that's eligible for the Graveyard Awards. We've already been over this before. But that being said, look at how many games are out from this year in this list. Like, not just this category, but like the list. Like, this was an amazing year for games. Not for the games industry, but for games. So, you know, you know, with all that said, I guess classic third-person shooter, you know which one? Well, yeah, it's Max Payne. But, like, you know, all that being said, I didn't even play that many indie games this year, and I still loved so many of the experiences I had this year. And ultimately, that means that my vote goes to Dredge, baby. I'm sorry, this came out of nowhere. This came out of nowhere and blew me away. This game blew me away. I did not expect to like it as much as I did. I didn't expect that a concept like this could even work. Absolutely, this game blew me away. Oh, I wish there was more to do in it because I want to go back and replay it. It's so good. And they were such like comfy streams too. And I loved Dredge. I love Dredge. Dredge was great. Dredge was amazing. How can I say anything bad about Dredge? You know, like there's so little that I have to say that could even remotely be construed as a criticism. I know, right? What an amazing thing to work well. And you know, like Dredge personally for me is a little bit of a you know, this is definitely bias. I will say this is definitely bias. But Dredge for me personally is a stepping stone for me as a creator. Because I don't know how many of you know this who are newer to the channel. I got to stream Dredge a day early before anybody else in the world. I got a key early. And I was like, hey, can I stream this? Because it was like my birthday. And I was like, hey, can I stream this on my birthday? It's a day early before release, but can I do that? And they were like, yeah, that's fine. So like, that was a really important moment for me. You know, I felt like I was being taken seriously as like a content creator, as somebody who like does this stuff, you know, it really meant a lot to me. It really meant a lot to me. So Dredge is a very personal game for me just for that alone. But, you know, especially especially everything else. I loved getting to world premiere Dredge. That made me so happy. And yeah, I mean, I don't have anything else to say. It was just a good game. It was a really good game. Anyway, now we move on to the best roguelike presented by The Rogue Casino. So we've got Returnal here, which if you'll remember, I bought a PS5 for. Heretic's Fork, which I did only play once, but I really, really enjoyed. Hitman World of Assassination Freelancer mode, specifically Freelancer mode. Against the Storm, which I think I only played like twice, but again, I also really, really enjoyed. And Renfield Bring Your Own Blood, which I did not expect a Vampire Survivors clone of a movie that I really liked, but hey, there it is. Anyway, two of these, you for sure did lose your mind for? Yeah, I sure did. Yeah, I mean, so I know that some of these might seem like fill-ins. Yeah, Renfield's kind of a shocking existence, exactly. So I know that a lot of these were one stream only. I know that. So weirdly enough, I actually didn't play that many roguelikes this year, which is wild to me, but I really didn't. I didn't play that many roguelikes this year. Like, that's my favorite genre. What was I doing? I want you to know, by the way, I want you to know, chat. I want you to know. World of Horror robbed. None of you Rogue Casino were just Hitman. Yeah. Was Hades this year? Nope. Hades was last year. I want you to know, chat. How do I say this? Like, roguelikes for me are like coming home. Hades was last year too. Hades, I streamed Hades when I first started streaming. So, but also yes, World of Horror and Hades were both nominated last year, which is why they were not on this. Like, I don't know. Roguelikes are like coming home for me, and the fact I didn't play any was a really, like, play that many this year was a really bad decision, and I gotta fix that, man. I gotta get back to them. I gotta get back to being a roguelike gamer, because that's who I am, and that's the games I love. And you know, I know a lot of these only had one stream, and they feel like write-ins or whatever, but like, I did like all these games. I just for whatever reason didn't do it. World of Horror is great, but the 1.0 release isn't like a full game still, it feels. Yeah, kinda. Darkest Dungeon 2 didn't make the cut, yeah. But yeah, so what did you guys vote for? Best roguelike is presented by the Rogues Casino. You guys were very three-way split on this. I was surprised. I was surprised how many votes Heretics Fork got. Heretics Fork is great. It is a fantastic game, and I am amazed. Like I'm genuinely amazed how many people voted for it here. But yeah, it was kind of a two-way race between Returnal and Hitman, and you know, I get it. Returnal just barely ekes it out. I'm sure to get back out of bed. Lynn, come on. I love DD2. I think DD2 is good, but yeah, no, I was amazed at how wide these votes are, but at the end of the day, there is one game that I like almost wrote fanfic for, and well, that game was Returnal. I mean, come on. The story of this game, like, it just barely ekes it out over Hitman, and it's because the story is so incredible. The story is so incredible. Like, I still get chills when I listen to Don't Fear the Reaper, you know? Like, I love Returnal. I think it is maybe one of the best roguelikes ever made, and I think if you haven't played it, you shouldn't just go watch my VODs. You shouldn't watch my VODs. You should go play Returnal. Now. It's on PC. Go play it. It's one of the best games ever made, and I mean that. It's so good. Let me put it this way. The fact Returnal isn't on my Gaudy list this year, like isn't in my Game of the Year category, shows you just how fucking stacked this was. Because in a slightly worse year, Returnal would have been my Game of the Year. Like, bar none. If this had been even a slightly worse year, Returnal would have been my Game of the Year. Yeah, I loved Returnal so much, I bought a PS5 for it. Then they announced the PC version, and I bought the PC version day one. Like, that tell you how much I love this game? Fuck, man. Sorry I'm not talking as much now. My throat is getting a little oof. Anyway, best horror game presented by The Midnight Showing. I love you too, Lynn. So we have Dredge 2023, Fatal Frame 2, Crimson Butterfly, Killer Frequency 2022, Obscure 2004, and Haunting Ground 2005. It was, yeah, this was a tough vote. Again, weirdly, I did not play a lot of horror games this year. Obviously, I played a bunch during the Fleshtival, but that was like, that's its own category. I actually just, you know what, and you know what it was? You know what it was, chat? I played a lot of horror games in October, but I didn't play any before that because I was like, no, I gotta save it for October, which was dumb because I said this before, my initial like schedule for October got totally overwritten and I had to change almost every game in it because of the strike going on. So like, there's so many games I could have played and I just didn't. Like, I should have done more. Making this list, making this stuff has shown me that like, I need to get back to my roots, you know? I need to be playing horror games. I need to be playing roguelikes. I need to hang out with my friends and do co-op streams more. I gotta get back to my roots, brother. I gotta play more character action games. There's just a lot of things I didn't play this year. I don't know if you guys know this. There was a character action category last year. Did you know that? Did you remember that? Last year there was a best character action game category, and I had to nix it this year because I didn't play any. Played like one. I gotta get back to my roots, brother. Only Shambara will live again. But yeah, no, this was a really hard split for me. And I'll be honest, I think this is actually what is character action, like Devil May Cry, Bayonetta, stuff like that. Very skewed view of your preferred stream games, apparently. That's okay. It's really funny. It's really funny. I think this is the most skewed vote on here. Oh shit. Whatever. I was gonna switch to Chibria for this since it's presented by the Midnight Showing, but whatever. It's fine. Anyway, but yeah.
Happy New Year. Let's go, lesbians, let's go.
Should have played Ultra Kill this year. Yeah, I should have. Hi, Paige. Yeah, this is a hella split vote. I think this is the most contentious vote from you guys in the whole affair. Like, this is insane. Like, seriously. Dredge wins by 1 vote, which beats Killer Frequency by 1 vote, and then Killer Frequency only loses to Fatal Frame by like 4 votes. It is wow. You guys really liked everything here, huh? And I can't blame you. These were some of the coolest horror games I've ever played, for sure. I liked a lot of these games. I'm surprised how high Haunting Ground is too. I didn't like Haunting Ground originally, but I really started to like it at the end. Yeah, no, it was a great, you know, it was a great stream, or a great set of games. All of these are a great set of games, and you know, my only thing is that I wish I had finished Fatal Frame 2 like faster, because it took me like months, because I played it and then didn't play it and then played it and didn't play it. Took me forever, and I wish I'd finished it faster. Yeah, a lot of the stuff like that is going to get finished in the new year. But yeah. So, while this was a very hard vote for everybody else, I'm going to be honest, this wasn't that hard of a vote for me. This is one of the easier categories for me. Because the best horror game, and you know, the best Graveyard Award horror game goes to Killer Frequency, baby. I'm sorry, I don't like giving games double awards, but like this one, I was scared. You could hear it in my voice. I was scared. I was like worried for the people. I was completely enthralled. Like, I don't usually get scared in horror games. So Dredge for me, while tense, was not like... Dredge for me, while really tense, was not scary. You know, Fatal Frame 2 is mostly just about ghosts and stuff, so it was really fun, but I wasn't actually like scared. Same with like Obscure, right? Haunting Ground almost won here. Haunting Ground did genuinely frighten me a few times, but I was basically like on the edge of my seat, scared the entire time I was playing Killer Frequency. And like, it's funny because I went into Killer Frequency and I wasn't taking it seriously, because I was having some weird, show you how to do that formula, but do it really well. Yeah, exactly. It's funny. I didn't take Killer Frequency seriously at first. I didn't take Killer Frequency seriously at first, and then you know, I got that lady killed, and like once I realized, I was like, no, there's no way she's gonna die, there's no way this is gonna happen, and then she did, and I was like, oh, and then, you know, throughout the night I kept thinking like, yeah, obviously fuck cops, but I kept thinking like, I wonder how much different this would have been if the cop hadn't died, right? Like the person with like a gun and like, you know, training and stuff. I was like, oh man, like I was like, wow, my action, you know, I know this is kind of a meme at this point, but I was like, wow, my actions legitimately have consequences. Holy shit, I think I might have gotten some people killed by getting this lady killed, you know? But yeah, Killer Frequency is a great game. Please go play it. It is, It's just scary. There's no other way. It's just scary. It's scarier than anything I've played in a long time. It was great. So, yeah. Next is the best Fleshtival attraction. And hey, folks, why don't we folks, I think maybe we should have a word from our sponsor real fast. Just for those of you who have never seen our sponsor, I think maybe we should have a brief word from them. Don't you agree? Glad to see that you all agree. 1 second here, just getting this to work, and yeah. I think this is good. Nope, that was the wrong one. Hold on. Hold on, I have to find the word from our sponsor. Hold on. I think we need a word from our sponsor, but I gotta get the right one. Hold on. Where the heck did we put it? Oh no, I feel like I'm losing my mind. Where is it? Hold on. Hold on. Oh no, this was supposed to be easy. This part was supposed to be cool and easy, and I was supposed to farm the +2s. Oh no! Where did it go? Fuck! Hold on. Why did I have lost this fucking file somewhere? Thanks, Renzo. There we go. That works. Hold on. That works. I don't know why I can't find it. But sure, this works. Hold on. Here we go. Here we go. Just a quick word from our sponsor. I don't know why I couldn't find it, but here we go. Just a quick word from our sponsor to remind you of what I think was one of the coolest things I've ever done as a streamer.
Have you lost your mind? That's right, we'll fuck your wife. No, you're killing me! No! She's so
Would you like a treat? It's not lost media. I just don't know where the file is. It's not where I thought it was.
Lurks within the old Thanatos mausoleum, but they're about to find out. Man, today stinks. There's nothing to do.
I'm so bored.
If only there was a way to alter my flesh.
Well, golly, I've got the place for you. Welcome to the festival. Come one, come all to an unforgettable experience that will change you forever.
Even me?
Haha, in a sense. Try your hand at our games of skill and put your strength to the test. Can you tenderize the toughest of tendons? Can you survive the sickening slaughterhouse? Oh, feeling daring, are we? Enter the anatomical adapter and see the world through new eyes. Feast on our delicious refreshments. Enjoy a unique and tantalizing selection of the finest cuts of meat this world has to offer. I personally guarantee you won't be able to put it down. Don't ask how we got it.
unless you're eager to become part of the meal.
Experience
Poor
our
Jelly.
incredible rides. Fun for some ages. Carousels, coasters, the meat grinder, and so much more. We can personally guarantee that all of our machines intimately know the taste of blood. And boy, oh boy, do they hunger. No safety barriers, no seatbelts, and all thrills. You'll never ride anything like them again. See our menagerie of odd creatures. Sourced from all corners of the map, we're too dang scared to tap. All-seeing eyes, mermaids, slimes, robbers, Tony, hypnotist. We've got it all. And if that's not enough for you, take a stroll over to our Chatter's Chamber and see the bizarre women that are half human, half dog. And to top it all off, we've got your lovely host, our Lady of
You
Death,
forgot about Dog
our
Tart,
Vicar of
didn't you?
Viscera, our Maiden of Meat, the one, the only, me, Kyria Thanatos, now featuring reanimated arms. This rotten ringleader is stitched together from bits and pieces of the dead. That's right, when you bury your gaze, she's where they end up.
Still one of the
come on
funniest
down
lines
to the
Marcy has
Festival
ever
of
written.
Flesh. Just remember, you may survive, but you'll never be the same.
God, what an incredible sponsor. What an incredible sponsor. And, you know, what an incredible event it was, right, everybody? I mean, seriously, I think the Festival of Flesh was the best thing I've ever done as a streamer, ever. I peaked. It's all downhill from here. Yeah, you did. You helped write the script. It was, all of this was so good. And every game, like, unlike the Midnight Massacre, where every game started good and ended bad, basically every single game in the Fleshtival started good and ended good. Like, every single thing in the Fleshtival was so fucking cool. Every single game was so cool. I think my favorite month of games was the Fleshtival. Not just because of the game, like the event and everything else, but because all of the games were just incredible. Like, oh my god. I have a billion trillion things to say about every single game in there. But, you know, at the end of the day, I had to narrow it down to 5. And our 5 were Decarnation, Silent Hill 4, The Room, Slay the Princess, Amnesia, that's why it was here, or that's why it wasn't in the other categories, by the way, Amnesia the Bunker, and Alan Wake, the original. It is, you know, even Amnesia ended good. Didn't you were disappointed about the monster? Amnesia kind of ended badly, but that's like the only one. That's like the only one. And Haunting Ground started bad, but ended really good. But, you know, I don't know. I really loved the Fleshtival. I loved everything about it. And I loved all of these games. I loved every single one of these games here. And this was probably one of my next hardest picks ever. I struggled with these. Amnesia was the last dying breath of the Massacre Curse. Yeah. You know, I struggled with a lot of these, which is very funny, because you sure didn't. You sure did not struggle with this, chat. Slay the Princess, 55.3%. Holy shit. Y'all love Slay the Princess. Woo! Yeah, Decarnation was really high up. Like, the Bunker, even though it ended badly, even though Amnesia ended badly, the beginning I was so scared. Like, I was so scared. I haven't been as scared at Amnesia, like, as I haven't been that scared in a long time. It was wow. Wow. If only it didn't shit the bed in the end, you know? But, like, still, it was a great experience. And, like, yeah, no, Decarnation is the runner-up, which is very fair because Decarnation is fucking great. But, you know, you got a different SCP ending than me? Yeah. It is amazing how good of a game that was. So it should come as no shock to you that my best festival attraction of the year award goes to Slay the Princess. Of course it does. Of course it does. What else was it gonna go to? Everything else here was so good, but Slay the Princess was out of this world. And that's before you consider that, like, obviously I'm a little biased by Nicole being my friend, but like, you know, like I know her. I know that voice. That's cool. That makes me feel cool. It's my award show. I'm allowed to be biased. It is insane how good Slay the Princess is, and I know it's getting more content. I don't know if I'm gonna play the extra content on stream, but I definitely am gonna play it at some point, whether it's on stream or off. I don't know, but like, wow, man, what a good fucking game! What a good fucking game! Jesus. Decarnation was almost my pick here. I'm gonna be honest with you. It was between not Alan Wake. It was between Silent Hill 4, Decarnation, and Slay the Princess. And I really struggled here. I really, really struggled here. The only reason Slay the Princess wins is because I don't even like visual novels. Like, here's the thing. I like what Decarnation is, even though it's kind of effectively just a visual novel. It's also like a puzzle game, an RPG maker and stuff like that. It's technically a visual novel, but it feels more like an RPG maker game, which like is like its own genre to me that I really enjoy. Like I have a lot of personal history with. So I like Decarnation because, you know, and in spite of it being a visual novel, or like even though it doesn't really feel like a visual novel to me, but I don't really even like visual novels, and yet Slay the Princess, like, wow, you know, I was gripped. I wanted so badly to see even more of it. Like, just amazing, you know, like, and you know what's incredible about Slay the Princess is every run I have seen of it feels like the canon run. You know what I mean? The writing is so good that it never feels like, oh, you've kind of meandered into another like run by accident or whatever. Every single run I've seen of Slay the Spire feels like, yep, that's how, there's no other way it could have went down. Or Slay the Spire. I did it again. Slay the Princess. Fuck. Sorry. I do remember Paranoia being clutch. Spire the Princess?
Don't mind if I do, brother.
But yeah. Slay the Princess is how I ended up in this community? Yeah. It's true. Nicole raided me, and a bunch of you are from Nicole's stream. And yeah. Is very true. So yeah. Yeah, I was playing the demo, and Nicole raided me and brought a lot of people in. And yeah. Alright. Best retro. Now, in case you're wondering what retro means here, retro is anything that's 2010 or older, because I'm sorry, you have to accept at this point 2010 is 13 years ago. That's pretty retro. That's we're getting retro. But that's just the truth. I'm sorry. I'm not reading your essay on this topic. Not right now. It's not what retro means? Yes, it is. It's a measurement of time. Crumbles to dust. As far as this award show is concerned, it's a measurement of time. I don't care about anything else. Don't argue with me. But yeah. I'm not stupid. I'm retro. PS3 is retro. Yes, it's starting to get retro. Anyway. But yeah. This category is anything that is 2010 or older. And, you know, we played a lot of really old games. Like Spider-Man Shattered Dimensions. That, you know, I didn't expect to... That's the game that launched the concept of the Spider-Verse. That shit owned. That was great. Well, I mean, in that case, then we can definitely... All of these are retro, because all of these were emulated, with the exception of BioShock 2. But yeah. But yeah, no, like, Spider-Man Shattered Dimensions was great. Obviously, you know how much I love Alan Wake. Dead Aim was a game that I did not expect to like, and I ended up loving. BioShock 2 already, you know, you already know how I feel about that game. It already won an award. Pong robbed. And The Thing was also basically a PS1 game that I did not expect to enjoy. And yeah, I mean, it's a PS2 game, but it basically is a PS1 game. And you know, The Thing was a game, yeah, and it's really good. And you know, I really enjoyed a lot of the older games that I played this year. Yeah, The Thing really was remarkable. It's way better than you think it would be. It definitely did some things that I didn't expect it to do, and you know, things that I did not expect it to. Yes, Bioshock 2 won an award earlier. Yeah, the thing video game developed entirely by John Carmack himself. It's true. But yeah. Yeah, no, your guys' vote on this, like, hold on. I say Carmack, I meant, wow, I can't talk today, sorry. My throat's starting to hurt, so sorry. Anyway, your guys' vote on this was actually insane. This is also a pretty big split. Not as split as the other one, but this is a pretty big split. You guys really liked The Thing, and you guys really liked Alan Wake, which, to be fair, so did I. But Spider-Man got a pretty big vote here. Bioshock 2 got a pretty big vote here. Dead Aim did not. Dead Aim was pretty low, but this was still a pretty big split of votes, and I was pretty shocked. But for you guys, it's Alan Wake, and I mean, you're not gonna hear me disagreeing, brother. I fucking loved Alan Wake. As we know, I am obsessed with Alan Wake, but you know, there's a lot of really good games in here at the end of the day. And at the end of the day, my vote's the one that matters, because this is the only award show that matters. And my vote, well, that's right, it went to The Thing. I mean, come on. This thing, like, The Thing doesn't do, like, the things it wants to do perfectly, but it's still so cool. It's still so cool. My only complaint with The Thing is that there are pre-scripted parts where, like, one of your guys will turn even if he's not, like, infected. Like, you can test him, it'll show he's not infected, then you walk through a door and he turns, and that part sucks. That's basically it. Like, it was otherwise a really cool game. And still, even then, you kind of, it's like, it still kind of works in the game's favor, because you're still tense, like, okay, I just tested him, he's not infected yet, but is this a point where, like, he's not, like, he's gonna turn? Like, is this where it's gonna happen? Is this, like, the gameplay point? Like, it's really cool. Yeah, no, there were points where I was begging my teammates not to turn. What was my memory is bad. What was the teammate that turned on, like, the 3rd level and I was, like, so upset? It was like Carter or something. I think I just, like, tested him, and, like, we had gone through so much together. Not the doctor, it was like, his name was like Rookie or Carter or something like that, or I remember I was like, no! I remember being so upset when he turned. I was like, come on, man, don't turn. I can't remember his name, but I remember being so upset. It was a great moment. But yeah, no, The Thing was fantastic, and I loved it, and it wasn't Flynn. The Thing was fantastic, and I loved it, and it absolutely deserves Best Retro here. It is insanely good. It is ridiculous how good The Thing is. And, you know, it has a lot of issues, but I would really recommend that you go play it if you haven't. All right, Best Ongoing. So I feel like I need to explain what this category means. Best Ongoing does not mean that I am still playing it to this day. It is a set of streams that I like, or it is like when I got addicted to a game, basically. When I would like, oh, hey, we're playing this today, and then I launched the stream and I'm like,
hey, sorry guys, we're playing more God of War today.
Like, you know what I mean? It's like where I couldn't pull myself away from the game. So, you know, like Hitman, where I'd be like, hey guys, sorry, we're doing Hitman again today. I did have it originally called Best Addiction, but I was like, that doesn't sound good. So, you know, like that sounds maybe not great. So you know, but yeah. Enjoyed Alan Wake, you were wishing to be done by the end, whereas you were always hyped as fuck for Guild Wars 2. I still am. Zombie T, thanks for the follow. But yeah, no, you know, this is like a category that is new for this year, and it is one that, you know, I kind of want to cultivate more, getting addicted to games more. That really, I like that. It matters to me. I think it's fun when I kind of, I don't know. I think after Alan Wake 2 and after Hitman and everything. Okay, good night, Marcy. I think after Alan Wake 2 and, oh, you're gonna miss the game of the year. That's the next one. Wait, okay, fine. That's fair. Anyway, I have a surprise at the end of this, and I was hoping you'd be here for it, but that's okay. I'm sorry you're getting a headache. Well, I don't know why I said good night. Sorry. I'm sorry. All right, keep me on your phone muted then, because I want you to see my surprise at the end. Anyway, yeah, no, so this is a thing that I want to cultivate more going into 2024. I think you guys like it when I get addicted to a game. Like maybe I'm wrong there, because sometimes, well, a lot of times the numbers don't pan out, but like the sentiment seems to be that when I get addicted to a game and I'm like, oh shit, this owns, like it's all I want to play and it's all I want to do. You guys love that shit, because I am enthralled, and I am like talking a lot about it and thinking a lot about it and stuff like that. And you guys seem to like that. So this is a sentiment that I want to cultivate more. And you know, this shows in the votes too. I'm assuming that you guys rated these not on the games, but on the streams themselves. And wow. Guild Wars 2 wins here, but barely. 16 versus 12 versus 9 versus 6. Like, stick around for this prize. Okay, we're almost done. But yeah, you know, I'm amazed how split this vote is too. I think this is the second most contentious vote. And you know, I feel like this one was a little obvious. I feel like this one maybe was a little, I showed my hand a little too hard here, but Goomfers rise up. Goomfers in chat, rise up, please. Can we get a fuck you Sabbatha in chat from all my Goomfers? Can we get a fuck you Sabbatha from any of my Goomfies? Any of my Goomfy gaming? Listen, this game is special to me. This game is really special to me. I have wanted people to play this game with me for 10 years. I have wanted to make a guild. I have wanted to do raids. I have wanted to do dungeons. It is a very special and important game to me. And finally, I have that. And finally, all of my lore knowledge comes in handy. All of my map knowledge, all of my recipe knowledge, all the knowledge I have about this world and this game and everything else. It's finally like appreciated and loved and cared about. And I have legitimately like cried tears of happiness multiple times at the fact that I finally get to just enjoy this game. I get to just have fun with it, with people who like it, and I'm not struggling to convince everybody, no, it's good, I promise. I love this game, and I love my Goomfies, and I love what we do, and I love everything about this. Hitman was very close. I will say Hitman was extremely close. I know it probably doesn't sound like it was close, but Hitman was close. You haven't been banned from raids. You just have to get your fucking flight mastery, dummy. Anyway. All right. And now we are finally here. We are finally here. The Graveyard Awards. Game of the Year 2023. Disco Elysium 2019. Alan Wake 2 2023. Hi-Fi Rush 2023. Slay the Princess 2023. And God of War 2018. Every single one of these games, every single one of these games like changed me as a person, and I'm being serious. I'm being 100% serious. These games changed how I like think about myself or the world, or you know, stuff like that. Like every single one of these games changed me, and in a way that I think I haven't been changed by games in a long time. These games were really, every single one of them was something special. Every single one of them made me feel like happy to be alive again, you know? And I mean that. I mean that. I know that sounds kind of silly, but like, this sounds kind of silly, but if I don't play something like one of these games every now and then, life starts to feel a little like bleak and meaningless to me. And I like not like I'm gonna fucking off myself or something, but like they color my world, you know? Like these games are so, like if I don't get to experience something like this, I start to feel like, what's the point to just go through and drudge through every day and you know, there's no beauty in the world. And then I play something or I watch something or I listen to something and I'm like, no, there is beauty in the world. There is life, you know, out there, outside of my bubble, outside of my perspective, outside of everything
art
about me.
Art inspires you.
Yeah, I'm inspired by art. I can't help it. Connecting with art is the core of humanity, and boy did I connect with every single one of these games. And I will say, I am amazed.
There's good in the world, Mr. Frodo, and it's worth fighting for.
Exactly. I am amazed God of War got 1 vote. I really thought there'd be more, but also like, how could it not? It's not that it's a bad game, it's that it's stacked up against also some of the greatest games ever made. This is an incredibly even split. 14, 12, 10, 10. This is ridiculous. Even you guys. This is almost a 4-way tie. Hi-Fi Rush cinches it out for you guys. This is almost a 4-way tie with Alan Wake 2 at 12, Disco Elysium and Slay the Princess tied at 10. And like God of War that much? I mean, fair enough, but I really did. I mean, this was a hard, contentious year. This was hard. This was difficult to pick. And, you know, like I said, every single one of these changed me in a way that I don't know how to comprehend. And I'm still, you know, pushing through. But, you know, at the end of the day, the Game of the Year Graveyard Awards 2023 goes to Disco Elysium. This game made me write poetry again. I haven't done that since I lost, like, since my ex left me, my ex-fiance left me, and I didn't have anything, and I was, like, very close to jumping off a bridge. This game made me write poetry again. This game made me love again. Like, I'm not joking. This isn't just one of the best games. This is one of the best pieces of art that humanity has ever made. And I mean that with full sincerity. I don't care how silly or cringe it sounds. Actually, hold on. Let's play some good music. Let's play the winning music for Disco. Let's play the winning music for Disco, chat. Hold on. There we go. Well, yeah, that was before I played fucking Disco Elysium, wasn't it? Now we need someone to come up talk about Marxism and Leninism before getting moved off stage. Disco Elysium is one of the most powerful pieces of art I have ever played in my entire life. It made me write poetry. It inspired me to be a better person. It changed how I, like, understand and relate to my own thoughts. I'm serious. Disco Elysium changed how I relate to my own brain. I can't go back to thinking about myself the way I did before I played Disco. It just permanently altered my brain chemistry forever. There's nothing I can do to change it now. I know a lot of you watch me play it. I need you to play Disco Elysium. I know you watch me play it. I know you might think, well, I know the story. I know what happened. I need you to play Disco Elysium. I need you to. I am this is the closest I can be to on my hands and knees begging you. Please play Disco Elysium. Please. Please play Disco Elysium. I don't know if I have the VODs for Disco up yet, but I'm getting them up. If they're not up now, they will be, like, within the next week. I don't know if I have all the Disco VODs up. I think I had to edit a few of them, so they're not up, I think, but they will be up by the end of this week.
I'm pretty sure it's part of the PlayStation Collection if any of you have access to that.
It is, and I think it might also be on Game Pass, but I don't know. It is for sure on the PlayStation Collection, though. If you own a PS5, you can just go play Disco Elysium right now for free. Or PS4 even. I think it's on PS4 as well. I think I told him to fuck off and die. I can't remember. But so many, like, I got so close to giving this to Hi-Fi Rush. I need to say, I got so close to giving this to Hi-Fi Rush because Hi-Fi Rush hit me in that same spot Gurren Lagann did. Gurren Lagann is, like, the only other piece of media I can say that, like, made me not, like, jump off a bridge. I was very close to jumping off a bridge when I watched Gurren Lagann for the first time, and now I know that I can't ever. And, like, Hi-Fi Rush hit me in that spot. So Hi-Fi Rush was so close to me, but I'm sat here in front of you doing my dumb little award show that doesn't matter, and I am sitting here tearing up just thinking about Disco Elysium. It's just that good. It's just that good. Please play Disco Elysium. Anyway, that is my game of the year 2023. That is the Graveyard Awards. And yeah, I hope you wait, hold on, I got a message. Okay, the teleprompter up there is saying, please cut it short. Okay, sorry, game's really good. Yeah, sorry, music's done, game's really good. They have an ad to do now. Sorry, they're telling me to cut it short. Just, play Disco Elysium. Sorry, looks like, yeah, sorry, I gotta move it along. Cause, looks like we have, one more award, actually. It actually looks like we have one more award. It looks like we've actually got one more award. Pronouns of the year? Yeah, I don't know. This one, they just handed me this card. Fucking pronouns! Yeah, they just handed me this card. Yeah, looks like the pronouns of the year go to, it's. Huh. All right. It's sweep, yeah, huh? Look at that. Now, you know, it's funny. I've actually got a really long history with it's actually pretty funny. I actually started using it's in 2017 or 2018 or something like that. So we actually go way back. It's funny. I've got a really long history with this one. But you know, then I got into the biz and I was like, Twitch chat's not going to understand those pronouns, and I don't want to have to explain it every time somebody comes on. And I still like she, her. I still use it. I just prefer it. So, you know, for the last 3 years, I've been moonlighting a little bit, and maybe I threw some hints in here or there, like maybe on my letterboxd, I maybe set my pronouns to it's, but yeah. So it's not really a coming out. I was the first person to use them, like, ever. Like, not ever, but like among all, like, okay, let me put it this way. I started using them, and then approximately 20 of my friends started using them in 2018. I was the big trans girl to use them on Twitter. I was like the first big trans girl to use them on Twitter. That's not a joke. I've been using them for the whole time. I'm just letting you in on it now. Yeah, you're welcome. Although, yeah, Marcy started using it's because of me. Now, I do need to be clear. I don't use them in the doll way. You can still say you. You don't have to say like it never left or anything. I don't use them that way. It's just where you would say she and her, you would just say it's instead. Like you can still say you and stuff. I'm first person it's. But yeah. I have actually, hold on, I need to get the award music back on. This feels awkward now. But yeah, I have been using it's for a very long time. And I'm embarrassed to say this, but when I started streaming, I really thought that I thought that if I did it, I'm just gonna be honest, I thought that if I used it's people wouldn't want to watch me. I thought people thought I was gonna be weird and wouldn't want to watch me. I didn't have a very good view of Twitch, you know, to like Twitch like communities or anything. I was like, nah, people are gonna think that's weird and they're not gonna want to watch me. It's just gonna be a whole thing. I didn't want to deal with it. I didn't want to have to deal with the headache of explaining it. I still don't want to have to deal with the headache of explaining it. So I was like, whatever. I don't want to deal with it. Like, that is who I am, but I will just sequester this part of myself off, and I will not share it with anybody. It'll just be a private thing. But, you know, there are so many of you in my chat who use it's now. There are so many of you who you know, understand that and express it and all that other kind of stuff. And I don't feel like I have to explain it to you. I feel like you get it. So, yeah. My pronouns are she/it with a preference to it. I guess it/she. My pronouns are shit. She, it, shit. That's my pronouns. But I didn't know. I figured this would be I figured that rather than just coming on stream and being like, hi, I use it's and I have for years, can use that now. I figured doing it this way would be much funnier. I figured Pronouns of the Year award would be much funnier. Great idea making an event of it. Thank you. Should update my pronouns because I look like she/it and I feel like she/it. So true. Thank you, everybody. Like I said, I do use she/her, so it's not misgendering if you still call me she. You don't like feel like you need to correct yourself or anything. But you know, I have a preference towards it's, and like I said, it's nothing new for me. This isn't coming out. I've used them for years. I was the first person among all of my peers to use them. But you know, now they now everybody knows. Now all of China knows that I'm it's. Or Twitch, I guess. Whatever. Anyway. That's for real. The end of the Graveyard Awards. There's nothing else. That's it. That's the end of everything. Update the tags. Oh shit, yeah, I guess I should. Fuck, I have to take away a tag. Fuck, I don't know. Here, I'll just take away she, her. Do it/she. Because I'm itchy. I'm so itchy. Delete your autism. No, that's actually I almost deleted anxiety because that's autism is the one people find me through the most, which is very funny. But yeah. Itchy scratchy. Itchy scratchy. Yeah, no, if I look on my analytics, the way people find me the most is searching the autism tag, which is weird, but sure. Anyway, but yeah, this is my silly pronouns, my silly way of telling you my pronouns, and that is actually the end of the Graveyard Awards, for real. So I hope you enjoyed this year's event. I hope you thought my picks were good.
An important closing show announcement from your favorite bat, Zilk. You have to make sure you take your meds, girlies. Go take them now.
True.
Go.
That
Now.
is an important.
Don't make me mad. TRRR. Take those meds.
That is an important end of show announcement. So, but yeah, that's the end of the Graveyard Awards, and I hope you enjoyed it. I hope you guys liked the picks. I hope that I don't know. I hope it was good. I hope you guys had fun with it. So yeah. Okay.
Congratulations! Congratulations!
Thank you. Thank you.
Congratulations!
Congratulations.
Thank you.
Congratulations!
Congratulations.
Kyria? Oh yeah, I guess I should, huh? Did you start that pizza, Lynn?
Congratulations.
Congratulations.
Congratulations!
Congratulations.
Congratulations. Congratulations.
Thank you all.
All right. And in recording.